We're now live.
Ah, okay. Oh, where am I? Hey,
what's going on over there?
Hi.
What's going on here?
No. You ever heard of
What are
Bugs
you
Bunny
doing over
and
there?
Albuquerque? Yeah, something like that. But don't worry about that. Where's Stealthy?
She's down the hall at work. What the hell?
Oh, okay.
Leave her alone. Don't
Stealthy,
bother her.
Honey Bear's here.
Oh, go get him.
hell
Go
no.
get him.
Bring your
Wait,
ass.
hey, wait. Let go. Ah, shit. All right, well.
Well, that's that. All right. Well, welcome everybody for the stream. Glad you got him out of there, Corvo. Glad you're Girl Bear likes to mess around a little bit, so don't mind him too much.
You keep that little furry fucker at your house.
Well, I tried to, but he's a cartoon. You can go pretty much anywhere. Anyways, welcome everybody to the BearThoughts podcast. Hope you can hear what just happened over there, because I couldn't hear a thing. But for those who are new here and want to check out this channel more about it, then we start this every Wednesday at 6 or 5 o'clock Central PST time here at Grumpy B Gaming, the BearThoughts Podcast, with my co-hosts Corvo and myself, Grumpy Bear. I hope everybody had a good week so far. If you would go ahead and those who are here right now, go ahead and hit that like button, hit the like button. If you haven't hit the subscribe button already and you haven't checked this stream before, go check the previous podcasts out. Give me a second. I'm trying to make sure that we are currently live, because I would hate to know that all that was for naught, because all I see is
We are live. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, thank you. But I would go ahead and do some quick announcements before we really get live here. Mostly about my channel and my things going on real quick. For those who are wondering what's going on with my streams and why you haven't seen me in a little bit, I have moved my channel's hours to Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays at 3 o'clock Central PST time. So if you want to catch my streams out during those times, be sure to hit me up there at Grumpy or at twitch.tv/Grumpy Bear. That would be my new hours. I'm going to try it out for a little while, see how it goes. And also, I do have a new video up on my channel here on Grumpy B Gaming called Dauntless Could Do Better, or Dauntless Should Be Better. I would really appreciate it if you would go check that out. I put a lot of hours into that video. I put a lot of work behind it. And if you like the Dauntless, go definitely check it out. Go share it with your friends if they like that kind of content. Be sure to hit the like button on it as well and leave a comment with your thoughts on it. But I would really like y'all to, if you can, share it around to get some more people, to help you get the video, get a little more traction. I did a lot of things on there that I'm quite proud of, and I want more people to be able to see it. But let's get back to the BearThoughts Podcast. Corvo, how's your week going on so far, man?
Man, it has been slammed. Almost all of my department is out with COVID, so I am pretty much a one-man shop right now.
So, okay, I'm pulling up on my phone so I can see it as well. So what exactly happened to you at your work? Like, what
It's one of those things where I told you about the shop on the last podcast where they had a lot of people on the shop. Well, apparently, two of the guys in my department, when it first broke out down there, the two to start with, they went downstairs to the break room and got drinks and stuff from down there, and nobody had told them yet about what was going on. So they kind of have the feeling that they got it contracted from there. And then, of course, there's like 4 of them sitting right there within 4 to 5 feet of each other.
Yeah.
So next thing you know, everybody's gone home except for old Corvo, because, Corvo's done had it. So
goodness gracious. So everybody pretty much now in your office got it. How is the main portion of the building? You told me last week you had like over 30 people that got contracted.
That's out in the shop where the production is actually done.
Has people started coming back yet?
Yeah. Most of the people are back now.
What was the total amount if you knew the information about that? What was the total amount of people?
I don't know what the absolute total was. The last I heard, like I said, was somewhere around 25 to 30 cases.
Okay.
But everybody else that was out there with those people have been cleared. They've had negative tests, at least 2 of them, before they came back. So most of the production crew's back, and they're back up and running. And right now, inside the internal office area, the only people that's really affected is my department. And the main reason for that is I am the only person in my department that actually goes out and physically touches the other users' machines.
Yeah.
So luckily, all the rest of the guys that are out, they pretty much stay in their cubicle all day. So it's just them. They're out, which makes for a long day for Corvo at work.
Well, hey, it makes a long day for you, but how's your work production? Like, I'm pretty sure with less people being there, you would actually have probably less work to do because they're not messing up anything or screwing up anything, right?
Well, unfortunately, all the people that are out are in my department, so all the stuff that's broken is still coming in from the other departments. And
Okay,
I'm
so
having
you're
to
you're
I'm
not a
having to
fixture
deal
of
with that.
you're not a fixture of just your department. You're a fixture of
No,
the
no, no.
entire.
So in my site, I service every machine in every department. I am the guy that goes to the site, goes to the machine and does the work on the machine physically. I also build all the machines for my site.
Okay.
So on a day-to-day basis, let's say in the past 2 days, I have built probably 7 machines, as well as done all the tickets that have been assigned to me for, broke fixes. So, like, broke fixes can be anything from, my email's not coming in like it's supposed to, I can't export this document, to my machine has just shut down and I have no freaking clue why.
Oh, that has to probably a little bit suck, but at least you still have work and you're not out of it and you're immune for now. But be careful
Yeah.
next couple weeks. I would definitely say that it's. I heard new strains are going about, so everybody, please still be safe. Still practice safe social distancing. Hell, even when I got on my computer today, I shit you not, my virus protector came up and it gave me a little bit of a rundown of safety precautions during the COVID time. My
Yep.
virus protector on my computer. It's like, oh yeah, do you know about the COVID? You should be careful. Be 6 feet apart. Wear a mask. I'm like, you're a virus protector. All thing I want to see from you is what virus you made for preventing getting on my computer. I don't I don't need you to tell me.
It's trying to keep you from getting the virus while you playing.
I don't need you to tell me how to be safe at my own house, which I'm trapped in pretty much all the time. But we did get to go out, though. Yesterday, we got to go out. We got to play some Pokemon hunting. My wife got her new phone. She got the same exact phone I got. Got on Macari or whatever it's called. Not Macari. Was it I don't remember. She got the same phone I got. We got to go out to play. And even when it was raining a little bit. It was raining off and on all day. It was kind of annoying because it would start raining and then it would stop. Start raining and stop. Stop. It
Yep.
was, even had people
Off and on.
We people driving by us looking at us like, what are you doing outside? Don't you know it's dangerous out here in the world? I'm like, I'm playing Pokemon hunting. I am not around people. I'm walking around a downtown. No one's very much around me. Hell, the closest thing to me is probably a vehicle. So I'm not gonna like.
Yep.
Then again, my wife's walking around with a mask on. I'm like, honey, we're not in Walmart. We're not in the store. We're outside, and who's gonna get close to us? She's walking around looking like she's like some Mortal Kombat character, and I'm walking around like I don't give a. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm out literally when no one's around. And if they do, they walk toward me. So they should know, like, hey, you might want to take some distance. Just put it out there. Like, we're not trying to go up and then headbutt each other. So I'm just Pokemon
Absolutely.
hunting. But it was kind of fun. It was kind of nice. And we came home and I surprised my wife. I won't go with what happened, but let's just say my wife gave me an opportunity and I took it. Hey, but yeah, it was kind of nice to do that. But other than that, just been chilling at home and doing what I normally do. But a couple of things I found a little interesting. Of course, like I said, all I do is sticking at home and not doing very many things. Oh, I do want to put this out there real fast though. I want to see comments down below, and for the okay, this is my goal. I want to at least have 20 comments down below. And for those who want Corvo to be the host next week, put a comment down below for
What?
Corvo to be a host next week. I want comments below. If you want Corvo to be the host and him the one doing all this work right here, if you want to see him to be the one that takes charge, put down a comment below. Yes, I want Corvo to be a host next week. 20 comments. That's what I want. We're not doing it until you get 20 comments down there. So you better start hustling. Share this to all your friends. Get this around. I want to get this video as much as we can. Actually look at the statistics. I'm not even trying to make you bash for here. Some of our best videos are the ones you're talking a lot.
Oh, yeah, it was my stories, man. I got a lot of stories,
Well, you need more of those.
I got a bunch of them. I try to figure out where they fit in the flow of things, it's just a lot of crazy stuff, man. I've done a lot of crazy things over the years in my life, including massacring corn stalks. But that's man, let me tell you. That reminds me of a story that I actually told today at break, and I'll tell you about it if you want to hear it.
Okay, well, yeah, let's go with that. Then we can go into some of the things I've been watching and paying attention this past week.
So basically, when I was younger, there was a whole lot of drinking in my life.
Okay.
Now that's not to say that it was like I drank every day and that I was partying every day, but on the weekends you could just about bet that old Corvo was pretty lit.
At what point did you start actually drinking in your life?
So,
you're not gonna get arrested. It's already too late, and as long as you don't need parents' supervision.
So, whatever point my dad figured out that he could pour stuff into my bottle was probably about the time that I started drinking.
Okay, point did you start consciously drinking? Not like.
Oh, that would be probably about 6 or 7.
6 or 7. So that's where you took up drinking as a little bit
that
of
is,
a
that is,
part-time
that
hobby.
is when I realized, because my father and my mother like to play a game called canasta with people.
Canasta?
Yeah, it takes 2 entire decks of cards to be able to pull this game off, and it's actually very fun if you've got 4 people that like to hang out with each other and talk shit for a while.
Yeah.
But they would get up and leave the beer sitting on the table to go to the bathroom, or they would all take a break. Everybody gets up from the table. The ladies might go get some snacks for them. The guys might go take the opportunity to smoke a cigarette and take a leak or whatever. But anyway, it would end up that all the alcoholic beverages would be left at the table.
Okay.
And now, Corvo being Corvo, I have realized already, because of the things me and my father did over a short amount of years already, that those things make you feel good.
Well, depending on the person. Okay, well, I'll get to that a little later on, but depending on the person, it makes you feel good.
So I figured out, hey, I'll just slip over here and grab me one of these things and ease off somewhere, and they wouldn't even miss it, because by that time they were probably pretty much lit anyway, and they didn't even realize that they left one. That's when I started making conscious decisions to grab beer cans, or hey, there's a glass there and they tell me only adults can drink from that glass, so let me hold that glass for a minute.
This is adult milk.
Yeah, so about 6 or 7, something like that.
I thought I was bad. I started around when I was 14, but the problem is it wasn't like I wasn't sneaking it. It was mostly like, hey, we're on vacation, we're a family, we're around each other. I can watch you. My parents watch me. My brothers are around. Why not let them drink a little bit? And then I found out after a while, I was like, okay, drinking is not for Grumpy Bear. And
yeah, well, I mean, for me, by the time I got to 14, I was able to put most grown veterans under the table when it come to drinking, because I had alcohol tolerance. For Pete's sake, people in my family believe that stuff put hair on your chest. So I'd be laying in the baby seat with a bottle, and it looked like it said Mountain Dew on it, but that wasn't Mountain Dew in the bottle, baby. Yeah.
Okay, so back to your story about your weekends, and normally you'll be a little toasted.
So me and I had a group of probably about 5 or 6 tight knit buddies.
Okay, tight knit, gotcha.
And our thing on the weekend was we would get somebody to get us a cooler full of alcohol. We wasn't even choosy about the brand that they bought. Hell, we drink the cheap shit. We didn't care.
Okay.
We get it filled up. We throw it in the back of my buddy's. He had one of those Dodge Ram 1500s,
Mm-hmm.
old 80s / early 90s models.
Okay.
We throw it in the back. We all hit the dirt roads, and where I lived, there was a stretch of dirt roads that literally linked up by just crossing a highway that went on for 5 or 10 miles. So we would just ride dirt roads and drink. And then when we got to the point we felt like we weren't safe enough to drink, there was a spot that we would pull off and park beside some cornfields out in the middle of nowhere, and we would just sit out there and drink. And then we'd pass out in the back of the truck until we woke up because nobody ever come out there. Nobody bothered us.
So y'all could have easily got like alcohol poisoning, and no one ever would have found you until you're on the back of the vehicle. Just
the upside, I will say this: my mother was one of those mothers that genuinely understood that boys are going to do stupid shit.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys, and arguing with us wasn't going to get us nowhere. So
No.
she was the one parent that we always told before we left, hey, we end up here every night on the weekend.
Yeah.
If you don't hear from us by X time the next morning, fucking send somebody out there.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And she was always dead on it. We only ever missed the deadline one time, and that was because we had a flat tire and our phones were dead. And she damn sure sent somebody out there.
Well, that's good. That's definitely better than some parents. They'd be like, well,
we would go and get toasted. And I remember this one night. Have you ever seen heat lightning? You know what heat lightning is?
Yeah, I know what heat lightning is, but I don't think I've ever seen it. If I have, I don't remember it.
So where I'm from, sometimes we'll have heat lightning. There won't be any rain or anything like that. Just be lightning popping.
Yeah.
And I remember one night we were out drinking, sitting at our usual park spot because we were beyond the point of driving. And we're watching all this heat lightning pop off, and we're drinking. And at that time, I had just got into weapons, guns, knives, and stuff like that.
Country boy stuff.
Right. And I had a little 22 Derringer. I can't even remember where I got the thing from, but I kept it in my pocket when we were out drinking because at this point I was probably 18, 19, and I had quite a few people that wouldn't mind taking a bat to the back of my head for various reasons. And I remember staggering off from the truck out by the cornfield to use the restroom. And it was dark as all get out. And then one of them heat lightning popped and lit up the sky.
Yeah.
And didn't realize I was as close to this corn stalk as I was. And it spooked me. And before I thought anything about it, I done put 3 rounds out of that Derringer into that no corn stalk.
Shadow!
my buddy, he comes running down the freaking dirt road. Because I done walked a long piece away. I didn't even realize how far I was from the truck. He comes running down the side of the dirt road with his little 22 revolver. He's like, "Where's it at? Where's it at? Who's after you? Where's he at?" And I was like, "That damn cornstalk scared me." And then we laughed our ass off and went to walk back to the truck. And I remember he turned around and looked at that cornstalk and fired 1 round into it. And I said, "What the hell did you do that for?" He said, "That's for scaring my best buddy." Who walked off.
The fields are alive, the sound of music.
Drunker than anything. And assassinating corn in the middle of the night.
God. That is okay. My wife, like, no, legitimate. She doesn't like cornfields at all. She don't like being near them. She don't like being in them at night. She hates when they're full stock. She's whole Jeepers Creepers. She hates cornfields. But yeah, she's been living around country fields her entire life. She still hates them.
That brings a whole different thing to my mind. So, my cousin has a son that he adopted when he got married.
Okay.
Because the girl already had him.
Nice.
And he had a bad habit of wanting to stay up all night and watch scary movies. So my cousin decided to break him of this habit because he got tired of him coming in there in the middle of the night. "I'm so scared." He made him sit through a Children of the Corn marathon.
Why would you? Okay. what habit would you be like, yeah, you know what I want to do? I want to listen and watch scary things before I go to bed.
Do
What,
it. I love it.
you like to go sleep with scary movies?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Are you actually getting scared though to be asleep, or just one of those like white noises kind of things? I know people like fall asleep to movies and TV shows all the time, but it's not like a.
Scary movies. Scary movies aren't scary, I guess, to me,
Mhm.
because I trained myself at a young age to think about it like it's all bullshit anyway.
Yeah, but if you're a kid
So
that doesn't have not really put that correlation just yet. Your imagination seems to escape you, and you're going to bed with that imagination in your head. How is that relaxing at a kid's age?
he wasn't trying to relax. He just wanted to stay up all night and watch TV, and he liked scary stuff. It didn't have anything to do with going to bed. He never intended to fall asleep.
I don't want to fall
Yeah.
asleep, so let me be scared.
Yeah. But he made him sit through this whole Children of the Corn marathon. And to this day, that boy is a grown man with a wife and kids of his own. And if he drives by a cornfield, he speeds up. I kid you not, I was joking with him one day and pushed him into a cornfield, and he damn near went to tears and sat down in hysteria.
Oh, that's a deep scar right there.
Yeah. But I tell you what, he never sat up and watched scary movies all night again. It was all Care Bears and Rainbow Bright after that, baby.
Oh man, that is something, and I don't think I have any innate fears like that myself. I don't think I have. At least if I do, I don't recognize it. Any innate fears. Now I do have like a more of a a grown up fear. Like last week I heard another person got swatted. Again, another person got swatted. Kids were saying they were shooting their brother and he was going to kill himself. He got swatted again. Swatting is a thing, if everybody does not know, is where somebody is streaming online, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube. They're quite famous. Somebody will find out their IP address, and then after that, find their address to the IP, call the cops, tell them at this address something bad is happening, and cops will rush over there with guns armed and ready, thinking there's someone in hostage, or someone's in danger, or someone's going to kill themselves, to break into the place to stop them. And a lot of people have been killed doing this. That's why I say, do not ever think this is funny as a kid. It's not cool. It's not funny. People can and have died for doing it. So little PSA right there. But yeah, it's always that's one of my biggest fears about ever being famous, is the possibility of someone like finding out my IP address, even with the VPN on, and finding out my address and getting me or my wife killed. I just, that's one of my biggest fears. That would probably put me in a little bit of hysteria. But corn, no. Water, no. Fire, no. Drowning, I think anybody would be scared of drowning. That's just human nature, or be caught on fire. That's a very good question. What would you rather? Be to drown or be caught on fire? That's a question I think a lot of people have asked themselves.
I'd rather be set on fire.
You rather be set on fire, slowly being burned
Rather
to
be
crisp?
set on fire. Hands down.
Because at least if you're drowning, you would probably you wouldn't know which way to go. Your body was struggling. You probably see a lot of darkness. Yeah, I don't know if I would like to be.
See, I'm that unlucky bastard though. See, I would rather be set on fire, but I know the first thing I'm going to do is run to the nearest body of water,
or
and then I'd probably end up drowning because I was set on fire. So it would suck. Period.
I think this is
Like, oh, I'm burning.
it's
Jump
one
in
of
the
those-
water. Oh, which way is up?
It's definitely one of those questions I think a lot of people ask themselves at some point in their life, like which way they'd rather go. Then again, I always say, like, if I ever were to go, I'd rather have a bullet just straight to the head. At least it'd be quick and pain. Like, I would feel the pain for a second.
Well, honestly, if it's something vital like that, especially your head,
Yeah.
you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't even have time to process the fact that you're dead.
hmm But I just the idea of that sounds quite enjoyable. But speaking of enjoyable or unenjoyable things, so this past week, as you know, the 25th anniversary of Pokemon happened, right? And a little concert they came out with. Post Malone was on it.
Yep.
And they did something. Okay, I give him credit. The entire thing was animated. The entire thing. Even Post Malone himself was animated. He was a little 3D model.
Okay.
So, and like it started. Let me see if I can show y'all. Give me a moment here. I don't know if this screen. Yeah, this screen's not set up. Let me just maybe do it on here. Do this live. It'll be all right. All right. You're gonna see my page here. So try not to mind that too much, but I'll move everything out the way, and I'll also size this up for y'all. Okay, so put this down here in this lower corner, and this let me just show you one part of it, and then we'll get into more of the details. And I only play like a short clip of it because I don't want to get DMCA'd on YouTube. I don't know if I can, or that's a thing. Okay, so here it is. I don't hear any of the music, but here's a model of him. Actually, no music's playing. Do you see? Oh, you probably don't see it at all, actually.
No, I'm looking at the stream in the other monitor. I don't actually. I see us.
Oh, it did
in a small box.
Oh, it didn't
there
do the
you go,
video?
There you go. There you go. There it is. It's right there.
I'm not seeing it now. Oh, there you go. Anyways, so I guess I have to click on it to get it to work. Okay, so here he is in a model. There's some in the world that he's going on. Guess the music's not playing, even though I record it. Maybe I accidentally turn up the sound. And they definitely have him going through different parts of the world. Sorry about that. I messed up the clips of it. And there he is. And there's a little platform flying around in the game, and Pokemon randomly show up next to him. And this part right here, the song's not playing. And I was like, what the heck? You know who Hootie and the Blowfish is, right?
Yeah, I know who Hootie Blowfish is.
Okay, right here, he starts singing a very specific song. Try to bring it up here. I'm trying to remember the name of it because my brain is drawing a blank at the very moment. He played the song by Hootie and the Blowfish, Only Want to Be With You. You know the song?
Yes, I know that song as well as Mr. Jones.
He sung that song during this concert. And this is the whole thing. But you remember it's supposed to be like they were supposed to have Katy Perry too? No Katy Perry. No Katy Perry at all. Yeah, it was like at the end of it, it was showing like different artists they're going to be playing. But okay, it did look cool, right? He was flying through different areas of the map. He was going through different zones, see different Pokemon. But it's like when he started playing, "I Only Want to Be With You," I'm like, my brain for some reason went Dave Matthews. Like, wait, no, it's not Dave Matthews. Hootie the Blowfish, Mr. Post Malone singing. Look at this. I don't get that at all. His little arm, like right here, while he's singing, like, bro, come on, like that's a little. It was cool, but it only lasted I would say less than 13 minutes, and it was over. And everybody in the chat, I wish I could have recorded that. Everybody in the chat was like, "What the heck? Where's the rest of it? Hello? Where's the rest of it? There's supposed to be more." And look at it. Look. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Does that look good to you? It doesn't look that good to me. That the scenery was great. Pokemon looked kind of weird.
It was a little I don't know. I'm a little taken aback at how cheesy he looks.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Post Malone. They made him very, very plastic looking. Some of the Pokemon look a little plastic looking. The scenery looked great. But it just I don't know what they were going for here. I don't know if this was like live CGI or like a live CGI, like a VTuber. He'd be walking around and they're recording him and then replacing his actual body with a 3D render of him. I don't know if that was going on because he was only on this platform the entire time. So he would walk around the entire thing, playing some songs from himself and some songs from other artists, and I was taken aback by it. It was not bad, right? Like that's a lot of CGI, a lot of animation they had to do, Pokemon had to do. But Post Malone did not like the way he looked. The music was a little weird, didn't have anything to do with Pokemon, didn't feel like Pokemon music. I Only Want to Be With You was like the most WTF to me. I don't really say I hated it, but I did not love it.
I feel like it's a fail honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody in the chat was like afterwards. As soon as it stopped, everybody was like, where's the rest? Where's the rest?
Right.
Where's Katy Perry? Where's the rest of the songs? Where's the rest of the music?
I mean, firework would have been great for the Charizard.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool things going on in the video, but some of it looked cheesy. Post Malone looked like a little plastic, weird. It didn't look like, I don't really know what Post Malone looks like, stature wise, but all I saw was a weird little CGI character with a bunch of tattoos all over his face,
Right.
singing, Hootie and Blowfish song and some other songs that I didn't recognize, but it might be some of his music. And I was like, okay, well, I had to cancel my stream that day because I'm thinking this would be going on for a while. I want to watch all this. 13 minutes later, and I'm like, and everybody in the chat was like, W F F F F F F F. Where's the rest of it? Any more? No, nothing. And then they not even like 20 minutes later, they went to subscriber only. So only people that could say something were subscribers. It's like, you know what, way to make them shut up? Put on subscriber only mode, because then all the people that's not subscribed can't see nothing. So the entire chat went quiet.
That's lame.
But
That's
also,
lame.
the Pokemon cards, remember I told you about last week about the McDonald's things? Apparently, some people are selling the Pokemon cards on eBay now for $500.
Jesus. I'm in the wrong business.
$500. They're already selling those things for $500. My wife asked me like just yesterday, are we done collecting Pokemon cards now? I'm like, for McDonald's? Yes. She's like, why? I'm mad at them. They gave me these weird little toys when I wanted Pokemon cards. And of course, their food's not that good anyways. To me, like, I like their chicken nuggets and fries, but it's not good for me. So I'm like, I'd much rather go actually buy some actual card packs and go there and hope they give me some actual cards and then them throw some last gen toy in there.
That reminds me. So I don't know if you remember the animated cartoon series Chaotic.
I think I have, yeah.
But it was revolved around a card game that they took and threw the kids into the world that the characters actually lived in. I'm one of the few people that genuinely enjoyed it.
Okay.
So
this is right around the time like all the card games started coming up, right?
Yeah, back when they had it rolling, they did a digital a digital card game where if you had the cards, the cards had a barcode.
Yeah.
You stick them in front of your camera and it would upload them to your profile and you would have the cards. So you could go out and buy your collectible cards, right?
Yeah, I remember those.
You come back and every one of those could be loaded into your profile.
I tried to play that game for a little bit.
I went out and bought 4 master packs of cards, right?
Ooh.
Ready to upload these cards, and the day I get ready to upload them, they canceled the online game.
Yeah, because like no one was very much playing. That's why I bought one. I remember buying them. Hell, I remember there's one game too, like back when. Okay, this is a way back thing, but at one time it was a fad going around. If you go to stores and you scan the barcode, you might get a monster from scanning the barcode on a grocery item. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I remember that.
But that was also set in the same vein, and it was also the show Monster Ranch. That show was not very popular at all.
Monster Ranch, yeah, I remember watching that too.
But not many people actually got into that. Everybody was trying to get in that line of business, trying to sell cards and monsters to kids, and it was you think, okay, for those who think like the older generation, it was all about like merchandise, selling the toys, the card generation, that was a money generation. Now here's a probably question for you. What do you think? I might have asked this already. If I have, remind me. Have I ever asked what generation you think has the best growing up generation for Pokemon? You think our generation had the best generation or nowadays?
Ours.
Ours?
Hands down.
Okay.
Ours, hands down.
Okay, why would you say that, and I'll give you my reason and my idea afterwards.
Here's why I say that. Okay. Our introduction to new Pokemon as it went along was a much more bigger, thought out deal.
Okay.
Now, hell, it's like every 2 or 3 episodes, you get a new type of Pokemon you've never heard of. He's a super powerful, ultra legendary, shiny purple thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, what? I remember when people had to travel the entire friggin' season to find a legendary whatever it was.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
every 2 seasons we get something really.
New
I
legendary.
I feel like they took some of the mystique out of it.
That is kind of true. And of course, it does fall in that genre of legendaries aren't legendaries no more. That word is a drop in a bucket nowadays. There's no such thing as legendary. For those who do not understand legendary, it's supposed to mean it's like a 1 in a million situation or item or subject matter. It's 1 in a million. So when you say legendary, it's supposed to be rare if you get it. And if you do get it, it's like you won a lottery, pretty much.
Right. You're not supposed to be able to go and pick up 5 packs of cards and know that in every 5 packs of cards you're going to find that legendary.
Yeah. Or get that
mean,
legendary, or like, new legendary Pokemon comes out. It's supposed to be this generation legendary Pokemon, and then, everybody can get it. Like, I remember the mystique behind the first generation, who will get Mew. It wasn't about Mewtwo. Everybody got Mewtwo. Mewtwo was awesome.
Yep.
But that was the first legendary. But then
Yep.
Mew, everybody's like, how do you unlock Mew? Where do you get Mew? Everybody knew about Mew. Where's he at? No one ever got Mew. But it was that like that possibility of finding out where he is. Now Mew might be still in the first games, and no one found out the way of getting. And everybody was at one point thinking it was underneath this van or truck in the on the island of the fire island. If you tap on it or click on it or something like that, he'd be underneath the van truck. He was not there. He was not there. But that idea of having that legendary Pokemon was exciting. But then there was another game. I like the silver and gold. Some of the dog Pokemons will be out in the grass, and you have to get lucky to find them. Well, I mean, they were like a go here they are, go walk up to them, battle. No. They were in the grass, and you have to get lucky to find them. And if you did get lucky to find them, you might be way too unleveled. Happened to me. You cannot catch him.
It's like even that actually still persists even in the Sword and Shield now. Like take Rockruff for instance. He has 3 different evolutions. But that one evolution, the one that's the dusk, the one that's right between day and light, you have to get a specific Rockruff to get that evolution, and you can only get it out of the dungeons on a specific island, and it's like a 1 in a million chance that you're going to get it.
That's pretty cool to me. I do that nowadays. I have to say that's pretty cool.
And for me, that's a reason to grind it. But if you're going to tell me that every 1 in every 100 that I catch is going to be what I want, then I kind of don't want to grind it. It just.
I do like in the new Pokemon game where if you were to get a Pokemon from a different region, let's say you have a friend in Japan or Europe or Brazil or Mexico, whatever, and if they have that version of the Pokemon from their region, and they trade that region for you, and you made it from a Pokemon with your region, you have a chance of getting a shiny. That's pretty cool. And the other way, you have to go around and look for the shiny and hope you find one.
Yep.
But if you get a Ditto that's from another region, also helps a lot, which is
Ditto is key in breeding.
Yeah.
If you ain't got a good Ditto, you might as well just not.
So I like that idea, but also I watched a video the other day on game theory about Pokemon and why they very much are connected to real life shiny humans and animals. Apparently, there was even people at one time, I say humans, apparently there was a group of people that inbred so much in the area they were at, their skin started turning blue by a generation. I didn't know that was a thing. People apparently skin at one point was a blue. I actually wear blue because their skin was melatonin, and people that have that one I can't say disease, but it is, but turns their whole body white. That's also a form of that as well. But in real life nature, if you're an albino, and you're out and about, you're more likely to be seen because you're so different. You're most likely to be killed because of that. That's why a lot of
Yep.
albino creatures don't survive out in the wild, but in humans capturing them or in human habitats, they do survive. So I thought that was pretty cool. But that to me, I do have to say, though I do agree, our generation was probably better. I do envy this generation because they have so many more Pokemon things, so many much more. They have way better figurines and plushies. Their cards are pretty dang cool, admittedly. And there's a lot more, a lot more availably accepted nowadays. Back when I was a kid, if you were a certain age, you were like, okay, it's a kid. But if you get to a certain age, you're like, you still like that Pokemon things? You too old for that. I'm like, man, nowadays you say Pokemon, they're like, oh, you like Pokemon? You're cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
dang it,
Yeah.
I wanted that when I was a kid.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic of cards, did you receive a package the other day?
Oh, yes. Okay, so, okay, I gotta bring up the display again and go bring the cards up. All right, so Corvo did something special for me, and I hope everybody else enjoys this. Let me bring it up on my screen here, and then bring it up on Discord or on here. Okay. All right, so he made me something. He sent it my way, and I'm dude. This is great. I love it, but every single way. But I got a few bones to pick with you. He sent me a customized card of Grumpy Bear. Now let me move this to the center of the screen and crop it so we can get a good view of this thing, so everybody else can bask in its glory, but yet like laugh at the things that you kind of like snuck in there, you cheeky bastard. Okay. Here we go. For those who cannot see this, just listening, I will describe this to you. He sent me a picture of Grumpy Bear with his head in his palm, leaning over, looking as Grumpy normally does, with a mic from my scenery, my background. I see my Ronin kitchen. I see a couple other things. I see my microphone that's an old microphone stand. You must have pulled that from a pretty old video.
Yep.
And the card says as followed: Grumpy Bear. He's a game streamer, chat master, one of the smoothest podcasters hosts. He makes a great conversation as well as entertaining game streams. He is the best when he's back against the wall.
Yep.
And below it, we got weakness, dumb games. Kind of true. I think pretty much everybody don't like dumb games, but resistance, smack talk. I could be a little grouchy sometimes when people start some shit with me. And then retreat, never. Now, explain those three things to me.
Okay. So you don't like dumb games.
No, I don't
I have seen you react to dumb games. Okay. You have a thicker skin than most people I know when it comes to smack talk aimed towards you.
Which, if you're online, you're going to get that. Bear warning for everybody out there.
So, and I have seen you run at shit that you know I'm fixing to get my ass kicked, but you ain't turning around and running from it. You're going to go ahead and go to it. So, retreat is a never. Okay. And I know you had a comment about your 3 controllers. There's a reason why there's an empty slot. Every player can level up at least 1 level.
Okay. I'm about to say 3 controllers. I'm like, me and my wife like, what's with the 3 controllers? None of us knew it. Now the bear. This is where me and my wife started chuckling.
Yep.
You gave me a blue beard with a blue soul patch, but no mustache. I noticed that. I'm like, where's the mustache? Like, I guess a little awkward to put the mustache because his mouth is like kind of up and over a little bit.
I didn't want to take away from his facial expression.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And he did have some hair on top in that image when I originally got it, but I want to do a little hybridization, so he's got a nice,
I noticed you went a little bald with it.
What
are you trying to say, bro?
Yeah, I got a little smooth bone there. if I could have figured out how to put the little twinkle in there with the shine, I would have done that.
You're like,
But,
you straight up got rid of the bun on top of his head. I'm like, this
Hey.
motherfucker got rid of the bun. And then, to top it all off, you gave him platinum blonde eyebrows.
Yeah, baby.
What
Yeah,
the
baby.
heck, bro? I'm like, Grumpy Bear don't have platinum eyebrows. I'm like, wait.
No, but
I
see,
do,
the
though.
whole purpose of the card was to mesh you and the bear. That was the whole purpose.
You definitely meshed it. I'm like, this motherfucker gave him blind eyebrows.
Dude, let me tell you, the hardest thing in the card was the damn eyebrow. I had to blow that thing up and redo it so many times. What'd you think about the back?
The
colors?
back, I got the back. Give me a second here. I like the way you did it. Then again, you could have asked me easily for the actual artwork itself. I would send it to you without any regards. But here we go. Here's the back, right here, and you did the BearThoughts logo. I liked it. Oh, that reminds me. Talk about your how'd you do this? I got something to show you.
Okay, so what I do, guys, is as he mentioned on one of our previous streams, I used to actively make playing cards for people. I believe it was Lord Pestilence that had mentioned that he was interested in the triple triad cards. Well, I had been for some time planning to make a card for Grumpy and wasn't quite sure how I was going to pull it off. So I sat down with some images that I had clipped here and there from a couple of different things and threw together this card inside of a piece of software called GIMP. And I was actively working on it before the end of the year, and then a bunch of stuff come up, of course. And as you guys have heard, I got sick, so I didn't get a chance to finish it before the new year. But when the opportunity arose that I could send Grumpy a piece for his computer, I thought it'd be a good time to slip it in there and send it on its way.
So that was you. Okay, I remember this quite well. I remember you kept talking to Stealthy at one point about like I'm slowly getting some things here and there during the streams. Every now and then I'm pulling a little something from here and there.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, so when you would look at me and every now and then you see me glancing at the other screen, and my hand was moving, I was stealing snippets. And, so, the biggest trial I had was actually the back of the card. I knew I wanted to put the BearThoughts logo on it, but I could not figure out what I wanted to do behind it to save my life. And then I was sitting there flipping through my card collection one day and seen the back of a Pokemon card.
Yeah.
And it hit me. I was like, oh, man. We got that whole blue-red thing going on the podcast. Maybe I can work a swirl of some kind of behind the logo, kind of like the Pokemon ball.
Yeah, because like right behind us, I have it kind of doing the same thing, but it's a little bit more outwards. But yeah.
Right. So I went and was looking around and found something that was similar. And of course, I had to put my own touches on it, a little bit of color change in what I found and stuff. And there you go. Presto Changeo card.
It's very silky. It looks a little bit more three-dimensional. I have to say that. I like the little glare effects going on right about here. The shadow into the glare effect right there. Glare effect into the shadow. It looks a little more silky, a little more three-dimensional than mine. Mine is very much and just a JPEG looking imagery. And I love the way it looks.
Right.
Now, some of the corners are not like totally like rounded as others.
And I blame that. I blame that on my cornering tool. I actually have a tool that corners those cards.
Yeah.
But the blade's getting a little dull because of all the cards I've made. Okay. So I blame that on the tool. But yeah, when
you do get your new one, I want a if you can, holographic.
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely. I've already designed you a one-off. There will only ever be one printed. It is going to you, holographic of that card that will be printed when I get the
And
new
then
setup.
if anybody out there wants a card of this, Patreon. Tell you right now, I've already thought about it. Patreon. So if you want to support this channel, go to the Patreon channel, and we'll send some of that money to help him get the things he needs to be able to do more cards like this, and we'll do a limited run. I'm sure of it. But
And on that
So cool.
on that note, if Grumpy's all right with it, guys, I'm gonna stick a plug in here. If you guys will drop it in chat, like I told Lord Pestilence, or make a comments especially get my attention. Telling me what kind
20
of things
comments.
you're looking at, whether it is triple triad, or you have a game that you like and they don't even make a card of it. Tell me what you want. Let me work some ideas up for you. I'm happy to do that.
So my wife kind of did a little pleasant surprise for me. One of her coworkers does a little bit of work herself, and she made me 2 things. Now, one of them came out really nice. I'll say it like that. The other one, I'm going to show you, it has some problems. Now, the problem is, before I show you, that the back of it is sticky, but so is the front. So there was some peeling problems during the peel. But I love the way it still turned out.
Check that cup out.
Look at
Check
that.
that cup out. Yeah, I got a buddy. His wife has a Cricut, and she makes stuff like that with it.
So
that's awesome.
The problem is, like, the front of it is sticky, and when you start peeling it, some of the inks and stuff, and some of the smaller stuff, and then the microphone were cut out too. So when you start pulling it starts pulling up with it. So a bit of a problem there. But I love the way it looks. I didn't make this, so I can't sell it. But then there may be another one. That also just so nice. So I'm gonna be sporting this.
That's sexy.
I would be sporting this during my streams for a while, and you know, this was a nice, good, like, it's like more of a sticker, but it's a decal sticker. It's one of those decal stickers. Apparently, you can be able to wash this and clean it, and it won't affect it. This one came out great, and it's not sticking to the front, because most decals are supposed to be sticking in the back, not sticking in the front. But that one was sticky both sides. I don't understand that at all, but I love the way it looks. This is great to me. I know some people out there want, especially Leo, if you ever watch this. I know Leo wants me to have some tumblers like this with my logo on it, but problem is no store that lets you do merch for your channel sell tumblers with logos on them, or you can make.
Okay, so are you legit wanting a tumbler with the logo on it?
Yeah, because that's what some of my people wanted. So
give me a couple of weeks. I may have a line on being able to get you one.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's just go to the next thing. Now, remember I said I saw Kimchi Mayo, and that brought up my mind here. Okay, so have you watched Kimchi Mayo in a while?
It's been probably 5 years since I watched Kimchi Mayo.
Okay, now Kimchi Mayo, for everybody does not know, and for everybody here, short, quick, and easy things for you. It is one of the first animes out there that has harem in them. Harem is a genre of romance / comedy with the main character having a slew of women that all want the main character. Now the main character is shy, timid, he's very heroic and very, selfish, but he's also not really like trying to go after other girls. Just other girls want him, and this is one of the first one of the originals out there. Well,
right.
Now this might be spoilers for anybody here that might be watching it. Now, as of this last year or so, maybe a little more, they came out with a new Ronin Kenshin called Kimchi Mayo Rye-Oki. Kimchi Mayo Rye-Oki. Now, spoilers if everybody's watching it. I don't think you're gonna probably go watch it there yourself, Corvo. I don't think you're gonna keep up with it, but there's been a very big deal that happened in this show for those who've been keeping their eyes on Kimchi Mayo. I've been watching the spin-offs and some of the other shows from it, and I didn't know they made this, and I saw a post the other day. Kimchi Mayo, with his 7 women that love him, that all want to get with him. A pirate, a genius, a princess, and a princessin, the sisters, 2 cops, or of sorts, police universe cop women, because this adds a bit of a space theme to it, and a shape-shifting spaceship slash girl slash bunny thing. Okay, don't give me that one. That's a little weird. I know. Okay, but 7 girls. He marries all of them.
Come again.
He marries all of them.
I thought for sure it was going to be the princess only.
Nope. He married every single one.
Okay, so look, I know the man is adept at using long pieces of wood. Long pieces of wood, but damn.
He throws out his player card going, okay, again, spoilers here. He says one episode, like, it's all right for me to be spoiled. Is it all right for me to wish upon a thing that's maybe not right? And the pirate girl's like, hey, we all been sticking around a long time. We're not going nowhere. We're not. We all want you. So, yeah, you can be spoiled. And, like, I want to be a family. So, the guy that's pretty much like the supreme leader of that one major clan of the universe, whatever his name is, he's not a god. He's pretty much a king of a certain galactical empire. And he goes, you want to be a family? All right. All of you are now married. It is now official. Kimchi Mayo is married to every single one of them, and he's gonna. My wife response is probably the best way I could put it. She feels bad for his member, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you got that right.
Like,
and there's a couple of them women that could break him down if they really wanted to.
Yeah, he's like
when
the show started off. Kimchi Mayo, when the show started off, he was 15 years old. His mama died trying to save him. According to the story, he used to always go to this one place. It was a graveyard for supposedly a demon, which was actually just the pirate girl that was trapped. She has a lot of powers. That's what people call a demon, but she's not really a demon. She's actually a humanoid made by the genius, which is technically her mother. Okay, weird, I know. But anyways, he was 15 years old when all this started. He's 22, 21 now. And there's been like 2 other like Kimchi Mayo shows with like 2 off characters, and they have their assortment of women that follow them around. But Kimchi is pretty much the main character. And now they're like, you know what? Instead of like all of us finding out who he's gonna marry, because I thought he might marry the blue hair girl when she grew up. Like, you know, she seemed like she's the only one that's really calm, that's actually dependable, actually sweet, but she's too young. So wait till she hits 18, and then bam, those 2 will, you know, get together. But at this point, she's probably like 19 years old at this point herself, or 18. I don't know. They didn't tell her how old she is at this point. Just like it's already been several years, so she's legal by then. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna marry the pirate. The pirate's mama. I'm marrying her too. The princess and your sister. I don't know how that's gonna work. And then I'm gonna marry your spaceship, and I'm gonna marry those 2 cop ladies. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, he had to get look. He had to marry the 2 cops. He already had 5 women. He's got to have handcuffs from some damn where.
God. Anyway, I think, of course, he, like, at this point, he's mastered all of his little Jedi powers. He mastered his little wing moves, his sword. He can teleport. He can, he has a bunch of powers now. He's, like, pretty much, like, unstoppable. And the universe is like, well, you're getting a little powerful, and you have some of the most powerful things around you. Like, the genius is like the genius of all the universe. The pirate is like the strongest pirate in the all the universe. You had 2 princesses of a very big galactical army of planets, and you have 2 very smart, very intelligent, very capable cops. Even though one's very ditzy, she always, like, anything she puts her mind to, it just works in the end. Just somehow it just works out. She's one of those kind of characters. But in the spaceship, that is like godlike. The spaceship thing is still a little weird to me. I won't lie. It's a bunny, but that can turn into a humanoid girl that can grow up, but also it's a spaceship.
You don't think you could scrub space injectors? I mean, come on, man.
It was a bit of a shocker to me. And you were going for the older princess, right?
Yep. Yeah, I did not realize that was going to end up being an option. I knew for sure that somebody was going to get their heart broke, but apparently I was wrong.
And that universe, apparently, it's not the first time it's happened either. Apparently, some of them take on several women. And of course, some other cultures that's normal, but you know, us Americans, like, wait, you can do that?
Shit,
Not
I can barely
legally.
handle the one I got. I don't need no more.
But that was a bit of a shocker. But one thing that actually shocked me probably even more, just as much. And this happened last week. I didn't bring it up last week, and I forgot about it. Draft Punk. You know that band is?
Yeah.
Around the world. They broke up last week. They're no longer together. Ended from 1992 always to 2021. They have disbanded the band.
Wow.
That's a band right there that I thought it's timeless. Their music is very much timeless. You can still listen to music and it wouldn't be very much like one of the songs that's awkward. And most people know it. Like, you know, make it stronger, make it better, do it faster, make it stronger. That's the song. Very timeless. Around the World's a timeless song. There's a lot of very memorable songs that for our generation very much love that song. Now my wife, she's like, I can't stand that band. She don't like them at all. Of course, she likes country music and classic music, either be rock, and then nowadays she listens to mostly some hippie music and some rock and country, but like she listens to more music nowadays than she does 90s music. And I'm like, we grew up in the 90s. That was like my childhood to me.
Yep.
And I was a bit shocked by that whole ordeal. And then another thing that came out. Did you watch yourself ever watch the show called Last Avatar?
Of course I did.
Okay. What was your favorite Last Avatar? Like, would you say, did you like the Last Avatar, the Airbender, or do you like the Last Avatar, whatever her name is?
Korra?
Yeah, Korra.
Okay, so if we're gonna get into this, let's get into it right. I like the storyline from the original Airbender, The Last Avatar with Aang.
Uh-huh.
I like the overall fight sequences and animation from Korra better.
Okay. I could definitely see that. I didn't like Korra because it was it didn't feel like the fear and presence. Now the first arc of it was really good. The second and third arc, I didn't really care for at all. Like I didn't feel that sense of urgency, that sense of dread, that sense of fear. But the guy from the first arc, he was scary. He had some some legitimate fear. He like the last arc, yeah, it was kind of world ending, but the dude that can take away your avatar, take away the avatar power, the dude that can, you know, change the world and, you know, that was manipulating power behind the scene. He could, you know, fight with the best of them. The dude was a badass altogether. That was to me. But I did like the Avatar Airbender a little bit more because of the overarching story of, you know, this world of dread, this, you know, last of his kind, trying to bring back the things, trying to defeat back the Fire Empire. And I watched it all through my kids. I legitimately every single time or every single week I would go to Walmart and ask them if they had a new episode of Avatar on DVD. I bought all of them separately. The day it came out, I was at Walmart buying off the shelf because it was always like 10 or $12. It was like really cheap. I'm like, man, it's really cheap for an anime. Yes, I call it an anime. If you don't believe me, you can eat me. So Avatar's anime? Yes, it is. In my book, it is. And I bought it, and I even bought the whole season of Korra, the entire season. I bought the entire season because I still love the show. Well, they made a movie, and we all know how that turned out. Terrible.
Yep.
Well, as of 2021, they have announced they're doing a new season of Avatar: The Last Airbender. They're bringing back the director and the writer of the show. And the director and writer of the show is doing a true one-to-one movie of The Last Airbender. Movie.
Say that again. A movie.
He's going to do a movie. He's trying. They're taking a whack at it. Round 2, baby. After the disaster that was Avatar: The Last Airbender, the movie, that was, the original director and writer of the show is going, I'm making a movie of my show how I want it. Let's see how that goes through.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. That's a big shoe to fill. I mean, like, yeah, his own shoe, but nowadays with society how it is and how everybody's trying to put their twist on it to go with their ideals. It's gonna be really hard to do that with a show that's supposed to predicate itself on that culture and that ideals and timeline.
You know, I just had a thought. You know what the biggest flaw in Korra was?
Hmm?
To me
What?
personally? Can you see Katara, even an elderly grandmother Katara, not getting into the thick of shit when her granddaughter was in the shit?
True.
I mean,
She's
I
not
mean,
like,
they had Zuko show up for some stuff.
yeah.
They had Tosk show up for some stuff.
Toph don't give a.
God, that was my favorite character, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Toph.
Toph was best
But-
even in grandma form.
You're telling me that Grandma Katara was content sitting in her igloo, knowing all this shit was going on around her granddaughter? Hell no. That was the
Especially with-
biggest plot flaw in the whole show.
Especially with the whole like, hey, I know I'm not supposed to use it, but bloodbend. Like,
Exactly.
like you bloodbend, I bloodbend.
Exactly.
No skin out of my milk.
I'm just saying that was a big plot hole for me, man. It was huge.
There was quite a few things that I didn't personally like, and I know why they did it, but I just like, I don't see that being true, possible. Of course, they had a couple. I did like that they continue in manga form. A lot of the Avatar, which I hope they do. They have there's like 3 or 4 books of the last Avatar Airbender mangas that they put out. That was after the war and after the whole thing went down, where they went through some stories of some of the things that happened to the characters leading up to the older age, not like of their older age. And they did the same thing for Korra. They did the same things for that. They're like, oh, Korra's season is over. We're gonna do some mangas afterwards, which I like. They did that, but those books are expensive. So I'm glad they did that though. I'm hoping they take those and go, all right, now television show. Just take that, like anime. Take the manga, put it in a TV show. It would work great.
Yep.
And I really hope they did do that. And I'm looking forward to it. I don't think Nickelodeon will ever see this or the guy will ever see this. But if you do see this, please don't put me down. I am a huge fan of the show. I literally bought several figurines. I bought some McDonald's toys. I had some of your mangas. Don't let me down. I really like the show. And I'm really hoping it's going good. But things have definitely been letting me down, though, is NVIDIA. Now, have you heard of this? NVIDIA is selling the RTX 3060. Now, you don't know anything about their 3060 at all, do you?
I knew that they were selling it, but I haven't looked at any of the specs or anything like that.
Okay, well, 3060, there's a 3090, a 3080, a 3070, and a 3060. It's 4 of them, right? And right now, one of the most used cards to this day on Steam's little, the Steam does a check on your system to see what games you're able to play on Steam with the specs of your computer. One of the most used CPUs in the computer nowadays is the 1060. That thing was bought by everybody. Everybody used it, and everybody's still using it. But then they try to have that good of sales on the 2060. Well, the 2060 didn't do that good. Not many people bought it. But now they came out with the 3060, one of the newest generations of graphics card in that line. It was supposed to be a low grade of the graphics cards for gameplay. And they said that this card, because right now a lot of people are buying cards, or at least the 200 series or 2000 series cards, were bought for mining. And they were saying, well, no one's gonna buy the 390 for mining because that's too expensive. No one's gonna buy the 380 because it's not very optimized for it. No one's gonna buy the they might buy the the 370, but no one's gonna buy the 360. We're gonna make sure it's not it's low price, but no, they're not gonna be able to hack it to go bit mining on it. They're not gonna be able to clock it that way. We're gonna have cards just meant for mining, like they literally have cards just for mining, right? And they sold it at a little bit of a premium. But as soon as problem is those cards, as soon as they're done with mining, they're not good for graphical gaming anymore. Like they're not good for graphic gaming at all because they have no port for visual. It's just primarily meant for bit mining. That card is bit for it. But they said the 3060 would not be good from bit mining. Not even a day later, did this card come out. Not only did somebody start bit mining on it, they found a way to hack it and make it one of the best cards to bit mining on it. And now all of them are being sold out, and all of them are being scalped now on eBay.
Jesus.
Already.
Jesus.
And people are furious because the video's like, they won't buy these cards. We made sure they can't. And they even lowered down the 3090 so people will be a little more like interested in maybe go buying that. That didn't work. So now all the 3060s, which are the cheapest of the cards of this current generation, for everybody to go buy, can't buy them now because everybody's buying them so they can turn around and go bit mining on it. Now, for anybody who does not know what bit mining is, Corvo, I know you know a little bit about it more than I do because can you tell them what's that about? Because I know some details.
What bit mining basically is you set up a GPU on your card, and you are basically paid if you complete a block of information mining it for whatever it is the contract's for. Okay. So basically your CPU sits there and runs and it hits this block of information all day, all night, just crunching through it. You might find something, you might not. But the thing is that in the end, anything you find is what they call leftovers, I guess would be the best way to say it. And those leftovers are worth a lot.
Uh-huh. And there's some mathematical equations or something like that, right?
Yeah. So basically, it's like, think about it as a block of data.
Yeah.
Okay. And your GPU is running mathematical equations against this block of data 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's looking for basically leftovers, stuff that was missed, stuff that's not supposed to be there. And all that stuff adds up. And when you find enough of it, you get paid for it.
Yeah, which is digital currency.
Yeah, which is called Bitcoin.
There's several different Bitcoins out there too. Like there's almost 15 different versions, so it's a little hard to keep up with, but each one does have their attributable value, and each one of them can be turned into another. You can take that value and go toward a different type of Bitcoin that maybe have more value or more long sustainability. You can trade them.
Let me give you an example. When I first started working at my current job, the guy that was then the head of network security.
Yeah.
That was when Bitcoin and mining and all that first come out.
Mm-hmm.
He set up a machine, turned it on and left it on. 6 months later, he had a shitload of money. Because
he was number here?
I can't give you the number, but let's just say he had a lot of money and there was a couple of commas.
Comma. There we go. We got a couple of commas. We can split it. We can put it in
commas. So, that was back when it all first hit mainstream. So there wasn't a lot of people doing it. It was a whole lot easier to get a hold of blocks of data to mine. It was worth more because not many people were doing it. And he turned it all into from digital currency into cash in the bank, which was able to fund his education.
Yeah.
And he now is sitting as one of the security officers for the network for Amazon due to being able to get a higher education off of that.
I'm sure he could probably start his own business with that kind of many
And
commas.
he made a lot of money.
So
I mean, but then again, this is also the same guy that used to sit at home and in his free time would sign up to go do research for Facebook exploits and report back to them the exploits so that he'd get paid.
Okay, so but this, of course, is back when it first there's always booms and then bubble pops, like booms and bubble pops, and price of things starts going up, and the bubble popping is when the price drops. And that's what happens with Bitcoin a lot. So if anybody's out there thinking about, oh, get a Bitcoin, I want that kind of money, you might get lucky, but you also might get lucky, and then pop goes all your money. So it's not a very it's a stable way of making money. And of course, I remember at one time there was even people using these special USBs. I was thinking about buying one at one time. These USBs that could bit mine for you, but they're like, okay, I couldn't afford no graphics card. But people had these hubs with 20 USBs all bit mining on a computer, and they were making money off of that. But nowadays, you need to put a little bit more money into it. And of course, you got power consumption, you got the price of going into it, you got the price of how long it takes you to get your money back, and then after that, when you start making money back, how much money you start making afterwards. Because that's where the real money comes in, is after you put the money into it, when you get the money back, and when after that, how much money you earn from that. That's how much money you actually get for Bitcoining, which is admittedly a little difficult, and I figured that out. So I wouldn't say anyone out there would try that. Now, like I said, we need 20 likes on this video. Next week, Corvo will be the one that the host is. I can't wait. I want to see 20 comments. And then Corvo, they'll leave down there. Of course, the other one as well. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that follow button. And if you haven't already heard me say this, I have a new video up on my YouTube channel called Genshin Can Do Better. Please go watch it. Put a lot of time and effort to that video. And I like to hit that video up too, because it's not getting very many views. If you like the content, if you want to see more of it, be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let me know down in the comments below. But one more thing. Now, do you know what Markiplier is, right?
Yes.
Okay, Markiplier is for those out there who do not know, is a very big YouTuber. He's been around for years, and a lot of people know him for 2 games. One of the game is Five Nights at Freddy. People loved him when he played that game. So he's a very kid-friendly kind of YouTuber, not a very much adult game or adult YouTuber. Second game, I did not know he was popular for this game. It's called Honey Pop 1. Now, Honey Pop is an adult game through and through. It's a game where you play as a character, and if fairy finds you, you are a V. Well, if everybody out there, you have your V card still. Put it like that. It's probably a better way of putting it. You have your V card still, and she's supposed to teach you how to lose your V card and get as many as you can. That's the whole premise of this game. Get as many as you can, and through as many people as you can, and that's your job. Well, Honey Pop 2 came out this past week. And he started playing it on his channel, and everybody's trying to get him, to stop playing that game. Well, not everybody, but a large group of people. But everybody's excited. A lot of people are really excited, and you have a small group of people that a lot of hustle and bustle want him to stop playing this game. Try to get him pretty much canceled, I guess you would say. They don't want him to play the game at all. I didn't think that he'd be playing that kind of game on YouTube. It's adult game. It's not for kids.
Yep.
And it's just one of those things that I was kind of taken aback that saying it'd be like PewDiePie playing this game. Like you don't play adult game. Like this is full on adult trying to do some very promiscuous things. Okay, here's probably a good question for because I played that one game which I need to get that done. I played League of Maidens on stream last week. Did you see that? I can't hear you.
Can I plead the fifth?
So you did see it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you did see it. All right. So this game, not meant for kids at all. And I know it, but there's a way to filter, both games you're able to filter it out. but I'm not gonna play that on YouTube. Like, for my channel to try to, I'm a kid friendly YouTuber. Let me go play this very adult game and upload it to online for people to watch. And I know kids are growing up, right? So like his generation of viewers are eventually to grow up too, right? With him. So eventually they're
Yep.
gonna be all of age to be able to like watch something like that. But I'm still thinking he still gets kids nowadays. Would you feel comfortable knowing that your kids are like, let's say, watching like PewDiePie, and then PewDiePie goes and busts out a game like that?
No, I wouldn't. I would be very upset because I would feel like the trust that I put into him was broken.
And I'm not trying to bash on a guy. I'm not trying to call him out or anything here. I was taken aback by it. I really was. I was taken aback like Markiplier. Mr. Scream and every little jumpy little scary thing on Five Nights at Freddy blew up on that. He was a very much like people said Markiplier, he was pretty much on everybody's lips for a longest time, and he was like very much like in Markiplier kid YouTuber. That was the connection right there. And I'm not trying to be a kid YouTuber myself, but I try to at least be as PG as I possibly can. I might slip one cuss word every now and then, like, Casper, the Casper movie.
Yeah.
Just one slip up, that's all it takes. Okay, what would you do if you grew up on Markiplier? Would you feel like if you grew up on him and you were, let's say, a kid and you grew up and you became a teenager, would you be cool with that? You playing that at that point? Like,
I would question um I would question what prompted it, because I mean, if you are synonymous with kid streaming for kids, you would have to know that even though you do have an old fan base that is growing up with you, you are continuously pulling in new kids that want to see these games. So there's always the possibility that one of them might be in, and I would question where was the forethought in that.
okay, I don't know if you might like announce like, hey, to all my viewers, I'm pulling away from the the kid side of things. I'm going toward more the little bit more my adult interests. So fair warning to your viewers. I don't really know because I haven't watched the guy, but apparently there's a lot of flack going on with that, and I was a little taken aback about that because I would hate to be able to go like, hey, I build my whole brand up on being kid friendly, right? And I grew up in that time, and I switched gears. That's why I'm not trying to be a kid friendly YouTuber. I'm not trying to be, because I don't want people to go later on and go, you used to be so kid friendly and so safe for the kids and lovey dovey peace and bear hugs and no profanity, and like, it's not always going to be that way. Eventually, I'm going to get tired of doing that thing, and I'm going to feel like I need to diversify, or I might fall out of that interest, and I want to go to do some things on my channel that I'm actually, being adult and interested in doing.
Right. I agree.
Which, by the way, when we went out yesterday, we went to Walmart, and I went by the He-Man section, and I was looking at some of them like, I bet Corvo would like that one. I bet he would like that one. He bet that one. And then I saw Pokemon, and I saw Pokemon stuffies. I'm like, oh, they don't have Charmander. That sucks.
Yep.
I
still have to be careful in the toy section.
My wife, even when we were walking by, like, you want to go to the toy section? Yes, I do. It's like, I knew it. Like, what? I'm a kid by heart, but I'm adult.
We grew up in that one famous store's age. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that famous store?
Kmart?
No, Toys R Us.
Yeah, Toys R Us kids. Oh man, Toys R Us was always so expensive though. Like, for real. I loved it, but every time we went there, it was always expensive.
Kid.
Up on my screen, you're frozen.
Yeah, Toys R Us.
I think your camera might have frozen.
Yeah, you were frozen on mine for a minute. Yeah, yours did that for a minute on my screen.
Well, I guess that's your camera saying you need to stop. You need to stop. We're over anyways. I don't know how long we've been going, but I think we're probably well over our time. I don't really know at all because I don't see a timer anywhere in my OBS.
We're
Oh,
about 30 minutes over.
yeah, over 30. Oh, we're 24. Anyways, I'm gonna call it there, but there's one more call. For those who do not know, those who are here, my hours have changed. It's now Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays at 3 p.m. Central American Time at twitch.tv/grumpybear. I have 2 new videos. Thank you for all those who watched the Mortal Kombat trailer. If you want more stuff like that, reviews on that kind of stuff, please leave a comment on that video. Go like it. I'm so thankful to all those who have watched it. Please share it with your friends. Share this with your friends. Share the Genshin Could Do Better video with some friends if they like that type of game. As always, leave a comment, 20 comments down below on Corvo being a host next week. The more comments we get, I'm not anything less. 20 comments. And he'll be hosting next week's podcast, putting on him. So leave a comment if you want to see that happen. If not, well, boo. And I won't be going live after this because, well, I might go live because I missed earlier, but I might do a pizza stream. I don't really know if I am, but I'm going to be cooking some food afterwards. And Corvo, you have anything you want to shout out?
Guys, just a heads up, I am working on getting myself set up for proper streaming. So just to let y'all know, hopefully in the next, say, month or so, I'll have a pretty good setup, and you'll be able to see some tag team streaming between Corvo Ninja and Stealth Elf Jade.
At twitch.tv/StealthFJade and twitch.tv/Corvo Ninja. Links are below if you want to follow our social media, YouTube channel, and so on. So be over there. I started to ask a lot of y'all. And also, lastly, the Patreon. I'd like to get that going and support. So if you're interested in supporting this channel, my Twitch channel won't be supporting too much because I'm going down 3 weeks now. But that's so I can put more time into the YouTube channel now. A little bit more effort into it. I have a couple videos I need to work on, but that will take some time. But I need y'all support, please. Please subscribe. Please hit the like button. And please, as always, have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good life. Much love, y'all. Bye,
Later,
bye,
guys.
bye, 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 bye.